Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Roman here with NFL Football Insight with Game 5, Week 1 of the 2012-2013 NFL regular season between the Washington Redskins at the New Orleans Saints. I'm really excited for this game. This is one of my most anticipated games ever since they released the schedule. I really can't wait to tell you why. There's a couple of reasons. RG3, Drew Brees coming together in one game. I'm really excited to watch this game and give to you my key players, some key points I have, and what a great game this is going to be. Now, the Washington Redskins had a pretty decent season last season. Not a decent season. They had a pretty poor season last season, while the New Orleans Saints had another great season with Drew Brees passing and breaking the passing records mark, I believe, at like 5,100 something. Other than that, man, RG3 is going to be a big key factor in this game, to keeping it to a close game to that matter. RG3 is awesome. If you don't know who I'm talking about, go look up some videos of him on YouTube, and he's just amazing. If you watch him, he's fast. He's got great pocket presence. His arm is just awesome. The guy throws it downfield, no problem, perfect spiral. He's just so exciting to watch, and I really can't wait to see him play against one of the better teams in the NFL, in the New Orleans Saints, And another point I'd like to make out is that RG3, he reminds me of a really, really young Michael Vick, who hopefully won't make as many mistakes as Michael Vick does. RG3, though, if you look at him in preseason games, he hasn't had the best preseason, but that's only preseason, right? He threw a couple of interceptions, he fumbled a couple times, but other than that, the guy has a spiral accurate arm, and I really love watching him play, like I've stated before. He's going to throw the ball downfield a lot to Santana Moss and Pierre Garçon. He'll throw it into the flat to probably Roy Helu or Evan Royster or Tim Hightower. I really can't wait to see him play because it's a very young team facing a much older team in the New Orleans Saints. So I believe RG3 will pass for nearly just about 200 yards, mainly because the Saints' defense isn't there anymore. They're all suspended due to the bounty scandal they had in the offseason, and with the loss of Sean Payton as the head coach for this season. Another point I like to make for the Saints as well is that basically their entire offensive defensive staff is fired for the bounty scandal in the offseason, if you didn't know that as well. Anyways, Roy Helu, the running back. Very underrated. If you don't know who he is, you should really look him up. He's one of my fantasy sleepers I have in the NFL draft, in the fantasy football draft this season. He's a great running back. I really love to watch him play as well. He's aggressive. His goal is, I need to get this first down. I need to get as many yards as I possibly can on this play. I say that a lot about a lot of running backs, but I really like to watch this guy play. He takes the handoff perfectly. He never really fumbles a lot. He holds onto the ball. He doesn't make too many mistakes, and he really knows how to make his jukes, and he really knows how to fake out defenders in any way in which he can. Now, the Washington Redskins acquired a lot of pretty underrated, really good receivers in the offseason. Taking Josh Morgan from the San Francisco 49ers, a nobody receiver people might not know about, but I've seen him play and he's really good, and Pierre Garçon from the Indianapolis Colts. Both of these guys are really good, but they also have veteran receiver Santana Moss, who's always been a very good receiver to watch, and they have tight end Fred Davis. I believe the Washington Redskins have one of the most underrated receiving corps, but they've never really had a quarterback that can throw the ball downfield and make them a successful football team. Now that they have RG3, I believe they'll do very well. Pierre Garçon is going to be great. With Peyton Manning throwing to him, he was awesome. But now with RG3, a younger player who has just as good as an arm as Peyton Manning does, I believe he's going to do very well in this game. I believe he'll do very well throughout the season and the years to come with Washington. Fred Davis, a great tight end. Chris Cooley's gone. Fred Davis is now in. And they have Santana Moss, who's always been a great receiver to watch. And now he's going to have RG3 throwing to him as well. And Josh Morgan, a smaller, younger, underrated receiver from San Francisco who's very aggressive with the ball. Pierre Garçon will catch 2 touchdowns in this game, and he will probably his reception yards will probably be around 150, 170. I really can't wait to see him play. That's quite a bit, but I believe he's going to do fairly well because Pierre Garçon is fast. Santana Moss, he'll probably receive for about 90 yards. Josh Morgan for about 45. Roy Helu rushing for 1 touchdown and 110 yards. All right, on to the New Orleans Saints. A lot of controversy this offseason with the bounty scandal and Jonathan Vilma being suspended and all these other players that were traded off to the Browns and Packers being suspended as well. Now, that's not what I really want to talk about. I want to talk about the game, the stats, and I want to talk about one of the best quarterbacks to ever play in the NFL, Drew Brees, as you see him on screen here. The guy is literally a machine. Probably one of the greatest. He is one of the best quarterbacks to ever play in the NFL. he threw the most passing yards last season. He has one of the highest career QB ratings in the NFL, just a little bit better than Tom Brady, but not as good as Tony Romo's and Aaron Rodgers. But the guy's awesome. His accuracy is amazing. I love to watch him play. I mean, I'm sure everyone's seen Drew Brees play, and this guy, you have to agree, is a machine. He's a monster. He knows what to do with the ball. His accuracy is amazing, and his precision passing is even better. His decisions could work a little bit better. I mean, other than that, his touchdown interception ratio is very low. I mean, very good. He can average 40 touchdowns and maybe 12 interceptions, which is really good. Next thing I want to talk about, I believe he'll also throw for about 210 yards in this game and maybe 2 or 3 touchdowns. Okay. Pierre Thomas, Darren Sproles, Mark Ingram, some of the biggest and probably one of the most underrated running backs in the NFL. I mean, Mark Ingram, this is his sophomore year. Darren Sproles acquired from the Chargers last season and now is on the New Orleans Saints for the second year in a row. And Pierre Thomas, who's been on the Saints for a while, are all very good. They have a running back for every situation. Darren Sproles on first down, Pierre Thomas for second and third down, or Mark Ingram for third and fourth downs. Mark Ingram is a beast because he's come from Alabama, and he was awesome in Alabama, and he brought that to the NFL, which I was really excited to see because Mark Ingram is a great running back. Pierre Thomas, he's an elusive, quick running back, and Darren Sproles is an even faster running back. He's fast, but he fumbles just a little bit too much. They will all rush for nearly 100 yards in this game, and there will be 2 touchdowns between the 3 running backs in this game. Next, Jimmy Graham. Beast tight end. He emerged last season. No one knew who he was. He just comes out and he starts catching touchdowns. The dude's tall as heck. He knows what to do with the ball. He's aggressive. He pummels through defenders. I mean, look at that stiff arm, man. He's like, I'm not going down. My goal is that touchdown. I can't wait to score these 6 points so we can win this game. I want to win. He'll do anything to win this guy. This guy's awesome. He's tall. He's going to be one of the best tight ends to ever play in the NFL. He's just as good as Rob Gronkowski. He's probably the best tight end picked in the fantasy draft this season, or your fantasy football, because he mainly, Rob Gronkowski has too many weapons on the Patriots as well. But I believe he'll catch probably one of Drew Brees' 2 touchdowns in this game, and I'm really excited to see him play and do fairly successful once again this season. So, my final score of the game, I have the New Orleans Saints winning 33-27 against the Washington Redskins. Yes, a high-scoring game, but I believe the Saints defense, which is downgraded, and the New Orleans Saints head coach gone, I believe the Washington Redskins will keep this game close with their offense, but their defense will lose it for them in the end. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. Make sure to like the video, favorite the video, comment the video, and subscribe. Give me some feedback, tell me who you think will win, and tell me your opinion on how my videos are going. This is Roman with NFL Football Insight. I hope you all enjoyed. Goodbye.